Welcome to Snowrun. We're in Washington today on Solace Bay. There was supposed to be an expedition aboard this year. However, and actually I can just go to the map and show you what happened. Go to more. Go to here. I only moved the trailer from right here to here, then tried to back up, and in the process of trying to get the 605 free, I rolled the trailer right here. And because I did that, and came to the conclusion the way this winds, that I'm probably going to have to drop off right here, even though I didn't think that was a good idea. That there really isn't anything other than me talking about the experience, so that's why we're getting Washington video. And I just thought talk a little about how to make this a little less tedious, because I've heard some complaints. I haven't played a lot of it, but I'm seeing why people are complaining. And this one. I wish either. Let's see, what is it? It should be, yeah, where the road begins. I've done the first phase, which was move a trailer from the garage all the way here with the Scout. So I personally feel that if you're going to add a second part, it should be doable with the Scout. Like, say, I don't know, cement ×1, because they're going to put in new foundations before they repair this. That could be something. Maybe wooden planks, since they're a one-slot cargo and also relatively light. Maybe one of them. The idea being that they just need something to hold the logs in place while they put it back together. I don't think I've seen a blatant example of artificial difficulty in a long time in this game like this. 2 medium logs. Why do I even need one set of short logs? I mean, the logs are there. Are they just completely replacing it? In which case it would only make sense that you need, say, one load of short logs. This one thing has caused me so much grief, to the point that I got sidetracked with the GMC, which, as you can see, because it's so light, it rolled after picking up logs from the first cabin, and I'll probably use this one, but the idea was that I'd go over here and come up this way, and because I've already worked on a task called unplanned work, the roadblock here is gone, so I can then just kind of drop down right here, or drive all the way around and drop here. I'd probably recommend the Cat 745C for this job, or something a little heavier like the Voron AE. And it's just, I think, and that's kind of also why, as you saw, there was a metal beam in the Dairy Special. Because I've just gotten to the point where I'm tired. Let's see, where is it? Or I'm tired of dealing with this eastern landslide. I've already delivered one set of metal beams using the Bilbert, which I'm enjoying, and that's part of the reason I got sidetracked doing this, is because I just wanted to test out the Bilbert. But I come to the conclusion that in its configuration it is now, I have to see. I'll check if it has mud tires. I can't remember. If it does, it needs them for hauling heavy or 2-slot cargo. Right now I'm running stock engine just to see what it's capable of, and I would potentially not recommend that. I'd recommend you at least upgrade to the 2100T if you don't have its unique engine, and I don't. But I figure we'll do the bridge, because, I mean, it can haul wooden planks, so we'll just go for a leisurely drive down the pavement, and then just this little muddy. I kind of don't like that in the contracts it's called one thing, and then it's called something different here. I'm not really a fan of that. And since I'm in the neighborhood after I drop the the wooden planks off and build this bridge, what I'm planning on doing is going to the sand warehouse and picking up sand. And the reason I'm going to do that is not because of this. Let's see. Yeah. I need sand. Although you could argue I should be using a semi-truck since I need 4 package sand, so I'm going to have to make 2 trips this way. You did get a sideboard trailer on a Slayton River Mountains, a free sideboard semi-trailer you could use for this, so you could argue that going there with this truck isn't the best idea because I'm not getting all. But that's basically the idea, is if you have something you know you need to go. So after that, what I probably could do then is weather advisory, because you need 2 cement for Slayton River Mountains. I already have the solar panels on their way, basically, for weather advisory. Because I think, yeah. Yeah. Let's see, what is sawing against the grade? You need to do that so you can craft wooden planks and medium planks, basically. So this is kind of one you want to do as soon as you can. But in order to unlock it, you have to do on-range trail. And that's the thing. There's a scout drive to these points contract in all 3, and you probably want to get those done as soon because they unlock things like bridge construction, which is the case for this one, which is called Maps and Mud. Because once you get Maps and Mud, oh, that's how. So sawing against grain and service spare parts is how you. Oh no, that's just saying I need to go there. Never mind. Which one is it? Is it in Forest Service? Oh, here's strength and spare parts, which needs Through the Eyes of a Scout, which is the contract for Slayton River Mountains. And then once you do that, you can do this one. Actually, looking at that kind of gives me an idea, because when you look at this, you need medium planks, which are going to come from the first map, but these, that's 5 slots right there, so that's a semi-trailer. So check. So I'd say semi-trailers are the work. As for whether I'd recommend the 8-slot trailer, I saw somebody do it, but I was doubtful that it would handle this corner, so there could be an argument for going a longer way around with the 8-slot. But I don't know if I'm going to try, or I'm just going to get the 6-slot trailer that was introduced with Season 15 Quebec, and maybe that's a better choice. So, as you can see, I've got that, but I figured since I'm here and I need a crane, let's at least go get this job done. Which, by the way, those tower crane sections, and those bigger metal ropes are like begging to be cargo, honestly. Yeah. They're one of like several different items throughout the map. Can I please move that as cargo? Because my whole philosophy is it doesn't have to be heavy or have to be very top heavy. It just has to be interesting. An interesting concept. Because it's not something you moved a bunch, it can be interesting. Yeah. Or maybe it's not as heavy, but if it's on a scout trailer or a scout contract, that could be better. I just kind of think that would probably be one of my concerns going forward. Is because I mean, they put unique cargoes on the big, wide 5-slot semi-trailers. Why not do some unique cargoes on the flatbed? Store crane. And to their credit, one of the unique trailers that's new in this region is trailer with crane parts, which I won't spoil, and I haven't even seen myself yet. But they are kind of moving in that way, and I applaud them for doing that, because it doesn't just have to be heavy. So, new and or unique can give you good things. So anyway, I'm going to cut out the pavement part, even though I'm going to record it, and I'm going to pick up right where I leave the road to deliver this. So anyway, here we go. Okay, we're back. I had to stop the recording. My microphone button wasn't lighting up, and I didn't know why, so I had to unplug and plug it back in. The one thing I'll mention about, because I kind of did, well, I mentioned that it may not be practical for me to go get this because I'm going to have to come back here with the sim. I feel that the idea I was trying to get across was don't waste trips here. Normally that's a thing I encourage for hard mode, is don't waste trips because you're burning fuel for no reason. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the contracts and maybe pick something up from either City Storage. Let's see what City Storage is. The storage is where you get your solar panels. So let's see what's... Oh, consumables. So I'm going to go here, and let's see... Do I need... Oh, I can do that. That's going to be... Oh. I was a little annoyed at the way they did this, because the way they did this is they made you come out to a cabin somewhere in this area, and then go all the way back. I wish that... to the factory. I wish they hadn't done it that way. And so I can see as I'm looking at this that there's going to be a lot of back and forth. They did add another gateway, but you have to unlock it, so good for them. I'm happy they did that, but at the same time, I think it's often this way. At the same time, it's really, this map, you want to get to where you can use the roads. So that means clearing things like the western landslide, which I cleared really early just because you can't really slip past it with narrow trucks and scouts the way you can eastern, which is why it's been left for so long. And right now I've got a small scout flatbed being towed by my Neo Falcon 2000 with a set of solar panels for one of the jobs. But let's see. What does before the first snow need? Okay, yeah, this is what I may do is I may just grab some cement on my way out because I'll be driving by the cement plant, so that will help before the first snow. Or unplanned work is in progress. Wait, weather advisor. Okay, so solar panels. Yeah, I'll just grab cement since I'm going to do this weather advisory. And I've got the solar panels all the way already on the way. I'm just doing it. That would be the other thing, is some of the lighter one-slot cargoes, maybe for the fun of it, just if you want to break it up, since they're one at a time and they go to different places. You could do this contract with a scout just for the fun of it, using the small one-slot scout flatbed. Just kind of another idea to throw in some variety here. But anyway, here we are, and let's make this delivery and complete this road. Just kind of something to think about. But I see why people are saying there's a lot of back and forth. Like, one I know is going to be back and forth is here in the mountains. You have this thing, which is a multi-stage contract. Yeah, lifeline, which, because you got to bring empty containers there, and then you have to deliver them. I think, but I'm not 100% sure, that the power pole may disappear after you deliver the containers, but I'm not sure. I hope it does, because that way it's reestablishing the infrastructure, but this roadblock isn't long. Otherwise, I'd say this is the maybe contesting the way is clear on the first map for the most annoying roadblock in Washington, honestly. These two are just, oh.
Yeah.
So, oh, and here's the free trailer I was talking about. I just drove to see where the road is. And since this is an unlocked, I've just parked my earth roller there. What's the amount of fuel that thing can carry in its fuel tank, plus the extra fuel it carries, it's just been a godsend. It absolutely has. I don't know what vehicle I'd be using with a trailer loaded with fuel if I didn't have access to that truck. Although I'd say probably a small Scout service trailer because it carries a decent amount of fuel for me, but it's that way you didn't have to use a bracket for off the center of gravity. That would probably be my one piece of advice for scouting this if you don't have access to a earth rover. I've seen somebody do F-750, which would be another great choice for this also. But anyway, we're going to make our delivery. And, I just kind of wanted to talk a little about Washington and give you guys some video because I may not get to recording more Expedition War until next weekend. I may have time during the week, but I've kind of been working on a writing project, so I don't know how things are going to turn out, so I just wanted to be able to put something out this week, basically. So anyway, thank you for watching. As I was thinking about it, I think I am going to go grab 2 units of sand because one, I'll need more sand, and two, after the metal beams are dropped off, I can just transfer the sand to the dairy special so I can pick up the concrete, or just keep sand on here and pick up the concrete with the dairy special. So since I'm here, I think I'm going to do it. But anyway, thank you for watching.